Hey YouTube, Estacado 5000. Here's another retro deck profile called Cosmos from Shonen Jump St. Mato. So here we go. We got Free Rise of the Storm Monarch. When this card is tribute summoned, you can select one card on your opponent's side of the field to return to the top of the deck. So it's pretty cool. Then you got Free Dastalos, the Firestorm Monarch. What this card does, when it's tribute summoned, you can select one random card from your opponent's hand and send it to the graveyard. And if it's a monster card, your opponent loses 100 life points per level star it had. Then you got two Cyber Dragon. When your opponent has a monster on the field and you don't, you can special summon this from your hand. Then you got Free DD Survivor. Every time this card is banished from the duel, like, you can return it to the field during your end phase. I think it's the same thing for DD Scout Plane. So these are really good cards because you run free copies of Dimensional Fissure and free copies of Macrocosmos. So these cards are really cool and very good. This basically helps you have a defense almost 80% of the time, basically. So it's a really good card. Then you got Breaker and Snipe Hunter. Then you got Free Gravekeeper Spy, Morphin Jar, Spirit Reaper, and Marshmallow to wrap up the monsters. Now for the spell cards, you got two Reinforcements of the Army, Brain Control, two Enemy Controller, Light Vortex, and Heavy Storm. And then to wrap up the spell cards, you got the Free Dimensional Fissure. Basically, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. So this combo as well with DD Survivor and DD Scout Plane, obviously. Then same thing with Macrocosmos. The only difference is between Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure is that Macrocosmos removes all cards from play when they're sent to the graveyard, while Dimensional Fissure only removes monsters. So this card's also awesome with DD Survivor and DD Scout Plane, obviously. Then you got Free Solemn Judgment, one of the best trap cards in the game. Then to wrap up the trap lineup, you got Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute. So now, the thing about Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos is, hold on one sec, I just gotta look for the cards. Basically, these two cards right here are beneficial to these cards. Because basically, these two cards help these effects stay alive, basically. Like, every time this is banished, you can special summon it to the field at the end phase of the turn it was banished. Same thing with the DD Scout Plane. So it's really good monster. It's really cool. Because DD Survivor was one of my favorite cards back in the day, even though it's not used that much anymore, and its effect has been altered. It only works once per turn, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But like I said, back then it could be used as many times during the end phase when it was banished. So it's a really good monster, obviously. Same thing with DD Scout Plane. So that's the retro build. Hope you all enjoyed. More videos coming soon. Comment and subscribe. Later, guys.